If you're from India, have visited India, or searched for Indian paintings on Google, chances are that you might have come across the name Raja Ravi Verma. Raja Ravi Verma's exquisite brushwork has brought this visual feast, bringing this human touch to ancient Indian mythology. In Indian subcontinent, mythology is an oral, familial, and deeply social process. Raja Ravi Verma's paintbrush has given imagination an image. I do not consider myself any art expert by any stretch of the imagination, but I do see myself an admirer of art, which which transcends time, space, and also the era that it's being seen in. Born and raised in India, I have heard stories of gods and goddesses, epic battles, myths, legends, god realization, social and political turmoils and upheaval. I come to realize that the allegory of ancient India may offer some guidance in navigating our modern life. My name is Anushray. Welcome to a very South Asian podcast. In this podcast series, we talk about arts, creativity, history, and figures who have contributed or contributing to the global South Asian culture. In case you do not know, South Asia is an umbrella term used for the Indian subcontinent. It spans major landmasses from the countries of Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, the Maldives, Nepal, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka. People from this region are also part of the growing diaspora across the world, especially in the West. I hope I can bring stories, ideas, and generate curiosity about lives, lived experiences, and culture from this beautiful region. Namaste. Born on 29th April 1848 in present-day Trivandrum, Kerala, Raja Ravi Verma was part of South Indian royalty. Now, to give you some historical context, India was under British colonial rule, which is also infamously known around India as the British Raj from 1858 to 1947. Part of an aristocratic family, Raja Ravi Verma was educated, trained, brought up in a royal household. His lineage traces back to the princely state of Travancore in Kerala. His mother, a poet and a writer. His father was a scholar of Sanskrit and Ayurveda. This can inform us a bit about foundation for Raja Ravi's influences, deep understanding of ancient Indian mythology. When Raja Ravi turned 18, he was married to 12-year-old Bhagirti Bai of the royal house of Mavili Kara, another major fief of Travancore kingdom. Therefore, Ravi Verma's connection to the royal family became very close due to his marriage with Bhagirti. His children, because they belong to their mother's family, would be royal by birth. I would say it's called as matrilineal. The couple had 5 children, 2 sons, 3 daughters. Mahaprabha Amma arguably is more well known. She features in two of Verma's most famous paintings. Now let's talk about Raja Ravi's foray into arts. One of his earlier major patrons were the Maharaja of Travancore himself. He was encouraged into formal training. He learned basics of painting in the city of Madurai, Tamil Nadu. Now, I want you to imagine the external environment around him. He is in South India. He is being informed of deeply rooted Hindu traditions in what I know to be ostensibly religious regions of southern India, and I would argue whole of India. In similar contrast, he is seeing British colonial rule, its education system, cultural ideas spreading across upper class India, which he belongs to. While the similar colonial structure is othering or interpreting or discriminating, and he is also seeing his Indian culture being depicted as backwards or deeply alien, while he was also being promoted to capture it. Raja Ravi had two teachers, one Indian, Swami Naidu, who taught him water painting. The other was British portraitist Theodore Jensen, who instructed him in oil painting. This informs me something really crucial about his work. If you look at his paintings, you will clearly see a confluence of Indian and British way of visual arts, or rather South Asian or European approaches. Raja Ravi Varma is sometimes regarded as the first modern Indian artist due to his ability to reconcile, connect Western aesthetics with Indian iconography. The Indian art historian and critic Geeta Kapoor writes, Ravi Verma is the indisputable father figure of modern Indian art. Naive and ambitious at the same time, he opens up the debate for his later compatriots in the specific matter of defining individual genius through professional acumen. End quote. She talks about his cultural adaptation with a very unique effect of attempting this image and visual narration with this giant historical scope of ancient India. A British administrator by the name of Edgar Thurston was really pivotal in promoting the careers of Raja Ravi Verma and his brother. Ravi Verma had two siblings, a sister named Mangala Bai and a brother named Raja Verma. His brother, Raja Verma, worked with him all his life. Raja Ravi Verma received widespread acclaim after he won an award for an exhibition of his painting at Vienna in 1873. His paintings were also sent to the World's Columbian Exposition held in Chicago in 1893, and he was awarded 3 gold medals. He traveled throughout India in search of subjects. He often modeled Hindu goddesses on Indian women, whom he considered beautiful. Ravi Verma is particularly noted for his paintings depicting episodes from the story of Dushyant and Shakuntala, stories of Nala and Damayanti. These were stories from the Indian epic Mahabharata. Ravi Verma's representation of Hindu characters has become a part of the Indian imaginations of these epics. Many of his fabulous paintings are housed currently at Lakshmi Vilas Palace, Vadodara in Gujarat. Alright, at this point, I want to ask myself and even you as a viewer and a listener, why is he a big deal? So first of all, in today's digital age, where talented Indian, South Asian, even artists from all over the world, they create and are creating great take on history, mythology, and also giving it a new modern contemporary spin. If you look at paintings about ancient India or Indian iconography, we will definitely find great hidden gems. But to me, Raja Ravi's work has sort of this timeless quality. It is an imagery that holds artistic learnings from Europe as well as South Asia. Personally, I admire his whole body of work, but a great artist is such that has this immense power where his work can be used as personal images. People can find personal meaning to their body of work. I have found his paintings of Goddess Saraswati and Kali as powerful visual imaginations of human femininity and divine. Saraswati is the goddess of arts, creativity, education, poetry, literature in a nutshell. Growing up, I remember my school and college later both had Saraswati statue or iconography across campus. Every Indian event, especially performing arts, starts with lighting a diya, and it's all about invoking the goddess Saraswati. Raja Ravi's beautiful imagery of this revered figure has transcended a mere portraiture but seeped into the consciousness of how a nation or culture perceives and sees and interacts with the goddess on a personal capacity. On the contrary, Kali, the goddess of death, an incarnation of Parvati, the divine feminine, wife of Hindu god Shiva, is depicted by Raja Ravi in all its fierceness. So we have a contrast to the previous work of goddess Saraswati. The imagery of Kali is with bloodlust, anger, a decapitated head of a demon, and all in an aftermath of a battlefield. It's a testament of Raja Ravi's uh, work and also Indic culture's multidimensional understanding of women and many of its manifestations. She is also shown to be stepping on her husband here, Shiva. According to the Puranic stories, Shiva has to lay down amongst the fallen victims of Kali's wrath in the battlefield in order for her to calm down. So, later down the road, we learn about Raja Ravi's successes as well as his failures. His lithographic prints gained him popularity, but eventually his own press, managed by his brother, failed and they were in debt. By the way, because of his lithographic prints, so lithographic prints can be understood as these older version of today's digital prints, I guess, which were made using limestone. In 1901, the press was sold to his printing technician from Germany, Fritz Schleicher. Schleicher continued to print Ravi Verma's prints, but later employed other artists to create new designs. In 1904, Viceroy Lord Curzon, on behalf of the British King Emperor, bestowed upon Verma the Kesare Hind Gold Medal. In 2013, the crater Verma on Mercury was also named in his honor. So, also considering his vast contribution to Indian art, the government of Kerala has also devised an award named after him, which is known as Raja Ravi Varma Puraskaram. So, this is awarded every year to people who show excellence in arts and culture. So, on his 65th death anniversary, India Post issued a commemorative postal stamp depicting Ravi Verma's famous painting, Damayanti and Swan. Around Ravi Verma's 57th birthday, he announced his decision to accept sannyas and retire from all worldly life when he turned 60. His final years, he suffered from grief for the death of his dearly beloved brother Raja Varma, and also from diabetes, which contributed to his demise on October 2, 1906. I would say, personally, I also learned quite late about him. I have seen his work because growing up in India, you definitely see images of god, goddesses, and retellings of all the epics like Mahabharat in image form, because his work is somehow printed or published in some of our educational texts or in just general magazines and other publications. But I feel I have consciously taken my time now to actually research a lot about him. There's a chance that I could have gotten few facts wrong, so I apologize for that. But eventually, my aim is always with this podcast is to just talk about these historical as well as you go down the road about contemporary figures who have shaped and shaping South Asian global culture. All right, thank you so much for listening to a very South Asian podcast. If you feel that this podcast is contributing and is informative and is enjoyable to listen or even watch over YouTube, please definitely support us by subscribing or also by leaving a great feedback or a great review on any podcast platform that you are consuming this on. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next episode. Take care.